Hello everyone. So this is part 4. Here our topic is water addition to carbonyl compounds. You can also call it hydration because water molecules will be added and the products are known as hydrate. So here we have taken as starting material acetone and H2O is our nucleophile. So the nucleophile, it will attack carbonyl carbon and there will be negative charge generation on oxygen, and OH2 is oxygen is positively charged because it is attached to 2 hydrogen, and there will be proton transfer from OH2 to O minus. So now we are getting the hydrate. So this is our hydrate. It is also known as JAM diol because 2 OH group attached to same carbon. That is why it is known as JAM diol. The word JAM is used when similar substituents are attached to same carbon. Okay. Now this hydrate, it is not very stable and the reaction is reversible in nature. So unless there is some electron withdrawing group present in the initial starting compound, that is the carbonyl compound. Here our carbonyl compound is acetone where 2 methyl groups are attached. But suppose the carbonyl compound is such where some electron withdrawing group is attached. So in that case, the electropositive character of carbonyl carbon, that will be very high and the equilibrium will be more towards the hydrate and less towards the starting carbonyl compound. Okay, but if there is some donating groups, for example in this case the equilibrium, it will be mostly on the carbonyl side, not in the product side. Okay, and after this hydrate formation there may be again proton exchange. So now this proton, it is shifted towards this OH and now this oxygen is positively charged, and again we are getting, by removal of water, we are getting our starting material back. Okay, then how to know whether this hydrate is actually formed in the medium or not? So for that, what we can do, we can use the isotope of oxygen, which is 18. So 18 oxygen water if we take, and the reaction, if it is done in that water, that is 18 oxygen, not 16 oxygen, then what will happen? The OH2 that is added first, it will contain 18 oxygen, and the hydrate, there is equal probability that whether this OH will be removed as proton or this OH will be removed, this OH is removed as OH2, that is water, or this OH is removed in the form of water. Okay, so as there is equal probability, so some amount of acetone we will get, which is which can be determined by mass spectroscopy, that this is containing 18 oxygen. That is the starting material that we are getting back. It will contain the 18 oxygen, not the initial 16 oxygen. This is a normal 16 oxygen. Okay, so this oxygen is 18 oxygen, and so by this mass spectroscopy result we can understand that yes, JAM diol is formed in the medium, otherwise we cannot get this 18 oxygen incorporated acetone. Okay, so next we will see that when the reaction is not very that is, the equilibrium is not towards hydrate, it is more towards the starting material. So in that case we have to use acid catalyst or base catalyst. Both catalyst we can use. So we will see the mechanism, how it will take place. So when it is acid catalysis, here we have taken HA and this is water. So water will attack this carbonyl carbon, and the H, that is oxygen, the negative charge that will be generated over the oxygen, that will capture the H of the acid that we are using as catalyst. So there will be formation of this where the OH2 is protonated. Now this A minus, which is conjugate base of the acid, it can take this extra proton so that OH is neutral again. So this is our final hydrate compound. And what is base catalysis? When it is base catalysis, base will capture one of the hydrogen of water molecule. As a result, there will be generation of HO minus, which is beta nucleophile. Okay, So it will attack this carbonyl carbon and there will be negative charge generation over oxygen. Now this is the conjugate acid of the base that we are using as catalyst. So it will give the proton again to O minus. Okay. As a result, we are getting the hydrate and the catalyst is regenerated. In the previous case also, the acid catalyst is regenerated, which can start another cycle. Okay. So acid and base catalysis, it will be required when the starting material is containing electron donating group, because in that case the electropositive character of carbonyl carbon is not very high. Next we will see some examples where you will be able to understand what is the steric and electrical factors that are responsible for different types of yield of the hydrate. So here we have taken formaldehyde, where both sides there is simple hydrogen atom, there is no alkyl group. So now the product, that is equilibrium, it is completely towards the hydrate side. So the yield is very high. And next we have taken acetaldehyde, that is only one methyl group, one of the hydrogen that is replaced by methyl group. Now the product is almost 50-50 both sides. Okay. So 42% acid starting material, 58% hydrate. And if now this hydrogen is also replaced by methyl group, so now steric hindrance is increased. So now the equilibrium, it is completely on the acetone side, that is starting material side, and very less on the product side, that is hydrate. So what is the reason behind that? The first of all, obviously the steric reason, because higher will be the steric hindrance, the nucleophile, which is H2O, the attacking tendency, it will be less. And the electrical factor is when we are increasing the methyl group, that is alkyl group, then because of its plus I effect, it will reduce the electropositive character of carbon. So attacking tendency of nucleophile, that will also decrease. Okay. So for these cases, that is when we have donating groups, we have to use catalyst. Without catalyst, there will be no hydrate formation. Now as by increasing electron donating group, our hydrate production, that is reduced. Similarly, if we can add some electron withdrawing group to the starting carbonyl compound, obviously we can increase the amount of hydrate. So we will see some examples for that. So gem diols, as we know, these are very unstable to be isolated except in aqueous solution. But for these three compounds that you are seeing here, the hydrates are actually isolated. We can isolate this. Why? Because it is stable, that's why. So as we have seen in the previous slide, that by increasing electron donating group, hydrate formation is decreased. So here we have some electron withdrawing group. So CCl3, it is electron withdrawing group. So the equilibrium, it will be more towards the hydrate and less towards the starting carbonyl compound. Okay. In the second case also, as we have 3 carbonyl group at 1, 2 and 3 position. So the middle carbonyl, this carbon is the most electropositive, because both sides there is 2 electron withdrawing group present, and they will remain in this conformation because why? To avoid the repulsion of the lone pair of oxygen. Okay, so you can see the adjacent carbonyl, they are in opposite side. Okay, and water that will attack the middle carbonyl carbon because it is the most electropositive among these 3 carbonyl. Actually these 2 carbonyl are equivalent in nature. Fine. So because of the presence of this electron withdrawing group, that is carbonyl, except the carbonyl which will be the attacking sender, some 2 extra carbonyl are there which will be acting as electron withdrawing group, and it will favor the hydrate formation. So here also equilibrium will be more towards the hydrate side, not the carbonyl side. And in the last compound, that is cyclopropanone, here we do not have any electron withdrawing group, but still we can isolate the hydrates. So we will see the reason. First, let's see the first 2 compounds. So here we have hydrogen bonding between chlorine and the hydrogen which we are getting from the hydrate. So now you can see 2 OH group. So this is our hydrate. So if we want to get back our carbonyl compound, basically there should be the removal of water. Okay, but as this group is electron withdrawing, because of the presence of 3 electron withdrawing group, what will happen? It will retard the removal of water. So mostly it will remain in this form. Removal of water, now it is not easy. So this hydrate is stable because of this hydrogen bonding and electron withdrawing capacity of chlorine. 3 chlorine are there. So the hydrate we can isolate. Similarly, for the second case also, here you can see these 2 carbonyl are intact, which are basically acting here as electron withdrawing group, and there is also hydrogen bonding between the oxygen and the hydrogen of the OH. So because of this type of hydrogen bonding, the removal of water, it will not be favorable. As a result, we cannot get back the initial carbonyl compound. And in the last case, this carbon is sp2 hybridized. So for sp2 hybridized carbon, the angle should be 120 degree, but here the angle is 60 degree. So deviation from 120 degree is around, not around, exactly 60 degree, fine. But when it is the hydrate, now this carbon is sp3. So the angle should be 109 degree, but here the angle is 60 degree. So now the deviation is less. In the previous case, in the starting material it is 60, but now it is reduced to 49. That means the hydrate, in the hydrate, some of the angle strain is relieved. So it will be stable because of this reason. Fine. Now we will compare the hydration of carbonyl compound with that of alkene. So in case of alkene, we have already seen the hydration in the videos of alkene. Okay, that is CC multiple bond. So you can click on the link which is appearing on the screen for the related video. So there we have seen the hydration of alkene. Here also we are discussing hydration of carbonyl, but we will compare these two. So in the first case, our starting material is carbonyl, which is polar in nature, and in case of alkene, CC is not polar because both the atom are same atom. There is no electronegativity difference, so it is non-polar. And CO bond, it is more stable compared to CC. Fine. So the attacking tendency of water to carbonyl carbon, it will be fast. That is the forward reaction. If you compare between alkene and carbonyl, it will be fast in case of carbonyl. And the hydrate that we are getting from carbonyl, that is actually less stable compared to the initial carbonyl compound. So the reaction will be endothermic, and as the hydrate is, this is hydrate is less that is not thermodynamically stable. This one is more thermodynamically stable. As a result, the conversion of the hydrate to the starting material, the process is very fast. So the activation energy for the forward reaction, it will be greater compared to the activation energy for the backward reaction. And in case of alkene, as it is non-polar, so the attacking tendency of H2, it will be less. So here activation energy is high compared to carbonyl, here activation energy is high. That is why the reaction is slow. But this, once the hydration product, it is formed, now this product is thermodynamically more stable compared to the initial alkene compound. So that is the reason now the activation energy, it will be very, very high. So the backward process is very slow. Now we will see the energy profile diagram of these two reactions. Here you can see the initial carbonyl, and if you compare the energy of the hydrate, this is much more unstable. So this is thermodynamically unstable compared to the initial carbonyl compound. So the activation energy for the forward reaction, you can see this is very high, but the activation energy for the backward reaction, that is very less. So that is why it is written here fast and very fast. But if you consider the alkene, here the forward reaction activation energy, and if you consider the backward reaction activation energy, you can see this is so high. Okay, and here the hydration product compared to the starting material, it is thermodynamically more stable. So the reaction is exothermic. Energy will be liberated, but in the first case, their energy will be absorbed. Fine. So in this way, we can compare the hydration compound for carbonyl and alkene. So if you find the video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. I will meet you in the next video, and you will find the important links in the description box. Thank you for your time.